Christ says hello. You are a dragon tamer. A commander. Like a dragon commander. You were sent here for joy, to smile, to be on a path of ascension through that joy, through the things that you realize you treasure. Something's behind this card. Whoa! You kind of, how do I say this? You fuse with everything that you begin to love, everything that you begin to treasure. So what do you treasure most? What do you love most? You fuse with it. You love music, certain songs. You fuse with those songs. That's for dang sure. Anime. Come on. Come on. My anime fans, you guys know exactly what I mean. You fuse with every character that not only you see yourself in, but you also want to be. Why? Because your highest self, your true self is saying, that is us. You just didn't realize that you can do that yet. Pop on the TV. What a perception. You can do anything. You can be anything. I even have like a sound effect ready. Let's see, let me describe it to you, right? Let me describe it to you. Like a tiny little, you can almost see it. You actually can almost see it. That's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. It's like a chi blade, right? Mana. It's there. It's sharp. Sharper. Sharper. Condensed. More condensed. I could throw it if I want. And if there was something there spiritually, it would get cut right in half. And God's making me look at the joy card. Funny enough, that same move that you just like, kind of like maybe imagined yourself. Someone who did it, the character that did it, was literally throwing them in slow motion with like a freaky smile because he was having so much fun. Yes, he felt dangerous, but it was because of how much fun he was having, wielding that mana, wielding those weapons. And your highest self is, confirming that for you right there. Confirming that for you. Your highest self is confirming that for you. Cool. We are a lamp for our highest self, you would say, right? This balance that we have with God. We're the body, we're the shadow, God's the light. Right? I would agree. I would totally agree. When you merge those two, you truly become one with God. Wherever you go, God is like free falling with you. Like, where are we going? What kind of abyss are we going into? Like, I am the light. I will guide us there. You're the shadow. You're the one that has to know all this stuff. Where are we going? And you go to some, you go into some crazy abysses. Go into some wild abysses. And, when you don't fear the abyss, God is like, that's my kind of creation. That's my kind of child, you could say. But, would God call God a child? It can be a child. Sometimes. I can agree on that. I can agree on that. Super Polly coming out just looking at me like, yep, that's the Holy Spirit talking. I can be a child. be the Father. I can be the Okaga. I can be the Okaga. I can be whatever I want, the Holy Spirit says. I can be King of Atlantis, royalty. Royalty, do you like royalty? We can be that. Of Atlantis, of all places. We can also be this twin-headed snake. Who do we need to hunt? Holy Spirit can do whatever he wants. Bury the fool that, like, bury the thought that you aren't this keeper of dragon magic. This commander of dragons, as we spoke about before. Even tech dragons. And I love, like, guys, I love tech dragons. They're so cool. My vice captain's like, yeah, we know. Become the master. Become the master, the Holy Spirit says. You can be an assassin, taking out the monarchs of darkness out there, right? You can be the nine-tailed demon fox, a phoenix, royalty, whoever you want to be. Build your kingdom. Go ahead. Go ahead. I want to see that kingdom, God says. I want to see that happen. The Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit says. Sear it. I was like, you know, like cook it. Like cook it. Be a seer, even, you know, like be a seer. Like, who cares? Bury the thought. I'm like looking through these cards. Bury the thought of whatever you do not being Christ doing it. Or the Holy Spirit doing it, right? The Father doing it. We're all one. Super Poly comes out. We're all sent here. What do you want to learn together? What do you want to experience? What do you want to, like, what kind of abyss do you want to go down? Will you survive? Are you sure? I'll test you. Alright, let's go, God says. Where do you find God? God's like asking me right now to answer that to this whole collective. Where do you find God? It's an easy question. We all know the answer. We all know the answer. We've seen it in many different forms of yes. Wow. Really cool. The Holy Spirit is watching within you. As you. The Holy Spirit and gone being the same kind of thing? Weird. Are you Killua? Oh. Cool. But you're also a knight. An assassin knight. A spirit knight? A spirit assassin? A monster, that's for sure. You are a monster. Are you scared of monsters? You shouldn't be. You are one. What are you afraid of? God says. God says, I don't do fear. God also says, being in chains. Do you even fear being like in chains? No, because those chains are imaginary too. Do you fear dragons? That could like incinerate villages? Why? You are one. If anything, those dragons know who you are and love you. Why? Because you're pretty cool. But you defend noble creatures like that. Almost more than humans. I mean, if you are a human, you're this ultra human. That's for sure. But what's the biggest way to chains? thinking you need to be more. Why? Because you're already this ultra human, but I know who you are, God says. God says to them, I know who you are. You don't quit, do you? No, I do not quit. Then go be Hokage. Go be Hokage. Go be the Father. Go be the Son. Go be the Holy Spirit itself in a body. Go be King of Atlantis, right? Why not? Go find Atlantis and then rule it all. Be this twin-headed serpent if you want. You can be whatever you want. Whatever you want, God says. Keeper of dragon magic. Bury the thought, again, of you not believing that you can be whatever you want. Dash God. You can be whatever you want. Why would I stop you? God says. Right? I'll just like, you guys want me to just put like God says after everything? It's like I believe that, you know, God will speak through you. Not just does or can, but will. Like a lot. Yeah. Why? Because, you know, I am a master too. I know what it means to be a master, right? If God needed like a secondary, you might call me. A little flash of light kind of just went by my head saying that. I accept. That's like, you know, what got me here. Those two words. I accept. I wonder how many people are gonna see this. Like, if you found this, congratulations. Again, I say that to a lot of these videos, I think. You know, maybe you've heard those words out of my mouth before. Congratulations. You've won, dummy. Jeez. How many times do we need to tell you? You are the dragon tamer, the dragon commander, the dragon, like, lover. Like, you know what it means to love a dragon, to love dragons and not feel weird about it. Why? Because you are one. Baka. Phoenix dragon. Greek. Crazy dragon. Stardust dragon. Yeah. I summon my soul! Like, you've seen that in the anime. They literally call it how do I say this? Wow. They call it themselves. There's like no difference. Again, we are in the abyss. We are pretty far deep in the abyss. But man, is it a cool abyss? So cool, I need sunglasses. So cool that I need sunglasses. I love it. Do I love you? I don't know. God says. And I would laugh about that, you know? It's like, I think everyone's, you know, looking for God to love them, but what if God said, no, I don't? What would you do? Would it hurt you? Would you try more? Probably. Both? Probably. Yeah. That's what it's supposed to do. Those kinds of words, you know, from love itself, you could say. Do you want love to love you? Keep being loved. Keep being me, God says. And keep being me. Do you want me to love you? Keep being me. Keep being like my, you know, my like, not like even mini me. It's like not even close. It's like 1-to-1. And keep being me, God says. Yeah. Keep being this sorcerer. Keep being this captive. Keep being, you know, a hero, an assassin, a lover, even a hater, maybe. cool, like, whatever. You have that shadow in you. Like, you don't have to hate that shadow. But, you know, what does that shadow hate? Most of all, things that would hurt you. Because even that shadow loves you, Ultra Human. Keep being everyone. Everyone that you know. You are. Like, you are everyone. You are anyone. You are anything. There's nothing outside of you. There's nothing that isn't within you. Like, it's like projected outwards. So, how do you feel about yourself? How do you want to feel about yourself? Make that happen. Make that happen right there. How do you feel about your life? How do you want to feel about your life? I have a pen. I have an apple. That song was amazing. Like, everyone loved that song. Your music. How do you feel about your own music? Do you write music? Your poems, your stories, your posts, your writings, your journals, especially your journals, right? How do you want to feel about writing, like, you know, like looking back and seeing, whoa, what did I do? Whoa, that's what I did that day? That must have been crazy, because I was like very happy. Oh, that's right, we were doing something. How do you want your journals to be? Like, how do you want to see you write about your day? And then, like, when you're writing it, give like a little note of like just a little TSH, TSCH, little tongue click. Go watch Sentence to Be a Hero, and you'll understand. You'll understand, you know, almost everyone that is a part of heaven, like spiritually. Go watch Sentence to Be a Hero, and the heroes are heaven. Even the ones that are like getting drunk on the side of the road, just alright, that's fine, kind of thing. It's like, you know, they're part of heaven too. So, you know, that's a thing of the, how do I say this? Judgment is a thing of the past. Judgment is a thing of the past. Cool. You know what should be a thing of the past? Fear. Like, ugh. Those words don't hold much weight in heaven. That's what God would say. What do you fear? I mean, there could be things to fear in this world. But why? Why do you fear them? You only attract what you fear. Should you be afraid of you fearing them? No. Reasonable. If anything, get over them. I have gotten over so many fears with Christ where I live. Deep water? Oh man, terrified me. Christ gave me a full mission. I could give you the craziest testimony ever. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Just not right now. I'd rather not explain myself, who cares, right? Freezing water even, heights. Like, you know, being stable on high ground, right? What else? Swimming under boats, and, you know, it probably has some, like, sea monsters kind of thing. Even sea monsters, right? Yeah. I was afraid. I'll admit. What got over them? Love. A reason to do it. A reason to get over that fear. God's watching. God is like, you know how afraid of that you are. And watch this. You tell God. God's like, whoa. But God, like, put that together the whole time. For you to get over those fears. Those stupid fears. Like, really dumb fears. Stupid fears. I could explain, right? Like, 100%. Really dumb fears that have no part of heaven. And what is the worst fear? We can all say together. Fear of who you are. Fear of who anyone is. Fear of something wrong, fear of not doing the right thing. There's a whole timeline, a whole spectrum, a whole light to shadow of you. Just like that like Red Dead thing where it's like, you know, bing, like you're still in heaven, but bing, like you know what that bounty meter does. When you like do something, like you get like sent back to like a darker version of you, a more hellish version of you maybe. Weird, right? So when you do the right thing all the time, you're always in the green. You're always in the white. You're always in, you know, the light. You're always in the light. Sometimes you go in the shadow. Sometimes you do things that puts you all the way back in the shadow, and that's okay too. God would not be displeased with you going back to the shadow if you had to, right? Why would he? So with beauty and love in my heart for you, it's all up to you. It's all up to you. It's all up to your heart. And then once you realize the allocation here, that's the right word, yeah, right? It's all up to God. Because God is your heart. Your conscience is the spirit. Your ability to think anything, right or wrong, is the spirit. The spirit will tell you. Your heart is God, right? Christ always pointing right here for a reason. For a reason, not just some person. We should draw Christ pointing to the heart with like symbolism. No. No. Christ is pointing to the heart for a very good reason. And again, a certain part of scriptures and other things say, your heart is evil. But here's the thing. Some people do have evil hearts, right? You can see the picture here, right? Evil heart, you know what's there. A good heart that has seen evil and doesn't want to be that. That's for sure. You know what's there. Whoa. What do you do then? What do you do then? What would you do? What would I do? I don't know. Are you afraid of said things? No. Definitely not. Who should you be afraid of? Yourself. That's for sure. That would be the one to smoke you. That would be the one to take you out. Yourself. Because who else would? Nobody. Like, not a chance. No one's taking us out. Yourself says, right? Right? Yeah. So if you're afraid of anything, you should be afraid of yourself. Your highest self. The one that knows. Sometimes I gotta take myself out. So keep being beautiful. Keep being your best self. And keep being me, God says. Keep being me instead. Keep being yourself, God says. God's like watching what you want, you know? I think that's the real thing. Like, be watchful about your greed, about what you want, because you can end up this, you know, this greed goblin. This greed goblin, like, how much do you want? How much are you going to be happy with, even in heaven? Confirmation birth. How much do you want? What do you want? That's when you'll find yourself. And find, like, on the fine print of who you are. Yeah. Thanks for being here. It's gratitude. You know, it's gratitude that gets you anything. I'm grateful for everything that I have already, you know, right now, right? I'm grateful for everything that I've wanted and received. But I do want more. God's like, nice. Like, good. What a fun reading. What a crazy reading. What a really cool reading. You know, and keep being a dualist. Keep being a beautification process of you and your highest self. Of who you are. Who I am. I don't know. Who we are. It's like looking at the fire alarm for no reason. Why? Because we're on fire. Thank you for hanging out with me. Like, I don't have to say thank you at all. I just want to be nice. I just want to, you know, show you guys an example, right? Just happy you're here. Like, I love this community. I think it's a really cool community. I think we kick ass. Like, who are you guys? Who am I? I'll tell you if you want to know. But you'd have to, like, you know, go on a hike with me and, like, maybe you will, you know, maybe you'll find my true self, you could say. You know, that's the thing. When you meet somebody, or anyone, do you show your true self, or someone they might find to be comfortable with? Yeah. Or they might brand you in red. They might say, whoa, who are you? I don't like you. Like, you are not an ego like me. You don't like what I like. Sorry. You might find many people that are nothing like you, that are very different from you. Do you decide to see them as any different from you? Depends. But you shouldn't. Because everyone is a version of you that hasn't figured it out yet. Right? Right. Everyone is a version of you. A vision of you. Everyone you see, you kind of like decided to see one way or another. One thing for sure, you shouldn't let anyone affect you. When you walk outside, you should realize, I agreed to this. What am I going to see today? I wonder. I like, you know, like a leveled up version of me, but that's the thing, you know, your heart would tell you. Do you want to be that? Your heart asks you when you feel those things, right? You might even have like a Doki Doki experience of like, who is that? Kind of thing. It's you. It's you. You know, do you want that version of you to love you? Be someone that version of you would love. No matter what. So thanks for being here. Thanks for being here and thanks for having fun. That's the whole point of this, you know, is to have fun doing it. Whatever you do. Whatever you do. If you're not having fun, why are you doing it? Well, I have to know, like, why though? Well, I do it for this reason. Then you would find it. Then you would find the reason to love, right? The reason to exist even sometimes. Make those reasons to exist love, purity, fun. Like there's purity and fun. So, you know, do what you will with that information. I love you all. Please, take care. And, you know, have a beautiful day.